Hey, how's it going today? It's Frankie and I'm here with Random Movie Mondays. And this movie is called Lost Bullet. And I've been meaning to watch this movie for a while now. And I've got to say, I'm not sure if it's as good as what the title and the information suggests. But I had to give it a watch. And besides, there's like two more other Lost Bullet movies as well. There's Lost Bullet 2 and Last Bullet. So I watched the second one on Wednesday. But anyways, I'm going to be talking about the first one obviously today, and it's about a guy called Lino, and he faces some sort of murder charge, after his mentor gets killed and gets shot, and he has to track down the car with like the bullet in it, the bullet that's lodged in the car, to prove his innocence. And it's hard for me to describe because this movie, although it looked average, I kind of like the ending, towards the end bit with the car scene. I'm going to describe that in a minute. But I kind of like the whole part there and the whole part of the scene where it's just those two cars. That's what upped up a bit. But yeah, I'm just going to describe the rest of the scenes. He sort of like gets like involved in like some sort of like, being a mechanic and fixing up cars and stuff like that. And someone called Chawas, who is like his mentor, sort of like helps him through it. And he was put in prison, so Chawas sort of helps him out of prison. And he sort of gets told to go to like a garage, right? I think Quentin's garage, where at the start of the movie you see him and Quentin together in that some sort of robbery. That's how Lino got involved in that sort of like situation in prison to begin with, and Quentin sort of escapes. So yeah, he sort of like goes to the garage and sees Quentin and sort of like wants to like catch up with him. But then Chawas also organizes some sort of like setup or ambush, and he goes in and he wants Quentin and the dudes that are there that are working on something. I don't know what it is. Like it's something illegal. And then you see like some guys come in called Areski and Marco that come in and sort of just like take control of the situation again. And two dudes called Jax and Cad get shot. I think that the other dudes that are working with Quentin in the garage, they get shot. And when I was watching the movie, I was just like, so where's his innocence get proven? But until I realised the person hasn't got shot yet in the movie, and Chawas gets shot from Areski's gun, and you see like Lino just escape out from the car, and he goes at this gas station where he sees like this the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper kind of like gets security guards and he gets arrested, and Areski sort of tries to make some sort of strange deal with him or something like that. I got confused between Areski and Quentin's characters because they're both similar looking, so I thought Quentin was Areski. It wasn't. Quentin's actually his friend. I just thought, when I looked in the IMDb site, I just thought Lino and Areski, that they were next to each other character wise. I thought Areski was the one in the car with him, was actually Quentin. So yeah, and I've got to say that I'm going to skip through this, but I've got to say the fighting scenes in this police station after he frees himself from the handcuffs was a bit tame. I was expecting a bit more quick fighting. Not gonna lie though, there was a lot of officers, and it kind of needed something like that in this movie. I thought it was going to be a bang average movie, especially like when he starts attacking the officers with like different objects. It just looks a bit too soft. I don't know if they actually got hurt from that. I don't know. It didn't look realistic enough to me. I may add as well, the acting is terrible. That's the only. It's almost like they just was fed up with what they were, acting as, and they just wanted to get it over and done with that. Okay, we could do this. Let's go. So something like that. Oh, I'm gonna get that car back with the evidence of the missing bullet. It's like they really wanted to get done with their lines, which I could understand, to be fair. It must be a drag for them to actually act in movies like this. But at least show some enthusiasm and passion. It also felt kind of echoey. I know in the prison scene they're at a gym, so that's understandable, but it just felt like it was a bit echoey to me. I don't know. And you also have a character as well that was... I think there was another character, not necessarily in on it, but I thought they were in it. Julia also was wanted to help Lino out. She didn't believe him at first, but she gradually believed his innocence because... Areski sort of like plan didn't go accordingly. Moss, I don't think she was. I thought she was in on it too. I just thought all of them was, because it is They are corrupt officers, so I literally thought they were in on it, to be honest. But they weren't. It was just like him and Marco most of the time. You see Lino in like the garage as well, trying to hide behind the car, and he gets caught and look through like a bag of like weapons or something. He cuts the car, he gets her hostage, and Quentin sort of rescues him from all that. And they get into the car and they just drive off. And Quentin sort of explains that the car that got burned, because in the scene that they show the car, the body, just like the dead body there, and they show a car getting burned, that's not the right car. Areski wanted it to be moved. So I don't know why he wanted it to be moved for some strange reason to hide the evidence. He could just burn that car, so I don't know what he was thinking of there. And also, as they got closer, Lino goes at this side, because Quentin sort of tells them where the car actually is, because he got told where it was, and you see Marco just come in and sort of shoots him basically, as like Lino's in this sort of like, was it a cabin or whatever you want to call it. And there's a bit of a cool fight scene here, I guess, not really much else to say about it. And he definitely, he shoots him eventually. He doesn't shoot him, I thought he shot him, because it just cuts to him, like you see the light just going off from the shot. I mean, he just, you know, got him unconscious, that's all it was. And then you see like Quentin sort of move into like towards like a tractor, and that's where the car was basically, and you see Lino just come out, the car gets pulled. Then yeah, there was also a little bit of a scene where Julia was also like running away from like two dudes, and yeah, she did talk to Lino, and Quentin introduced himself to her, but I didn't think that was much important, so I wasn't going to mention it, but might as well mention a scene like that anyway. And yeah, this is where Lino starts setting up the car, and you know, it's pretty cool. He starts, I thought he was just going to leave the car how it is, but he actually made it look better. He got everything all fixed up, he put some sort of like but those basically, it looked like forklifts at the front basically, and he used that to actually, you know, take the police car apart that was actually chasing him, but he managed to get behind them and just tear that car apart. I like this scene. This is pretty cool right here. He designed the car pretty well, and he goes through that roadblock that Areski set up, and boom, it got, I thought it was going to be a bit more of an explosion. I kind of found that scene kind of cool. And he was also like having an altercation with Areski, and Areski gets like this police jeep, or that police, I think it's a jeep, or is it a van? I was going to say police jeep. And yeah, I mean, this is a cool scene where they hit each other. This I love this scene right here. This is that scene, and the previous scene alone. This is why the movie gets up to notch, because it needed something like this. And yeah, Julia comes in as well to help out. She stole Moss's car, which I'm not going to mention much of her character, because Moss is not necessarily that much significant in this movie, so I'm going to leave that out. I try my best to explain this movie, because there's a lot to explain this, so I'm trying my best to skip over scenes and mention the important bits, but I'm doing well to explain it here. And you can watch it for yourself anyway. You can just let me know what you think. But yeah, eventually like Julia comes in, and she plans, you know, she sandwiches like, you know, she actually gets the other side of Lino's car, and then Lino sort of lets go, and Julia sort of, you know, like nudges the jeep that Areski is in, and it flips over. And yeah, Julia is badly injured, and Lino comes out of his car, and he sort of just like constantly attacks him and punches him. I'll be the same too, to be fair. I mean, I can't punch, but if I was him, I'll be the same too. I'll be mad to get framed for something like this. So he did the right thing. I'm surprised he didn't shoot his ass. I'm surprised he didn't. I damn, so can't believe I said that swear word. I should have said the swear word, but you know what? I don't think YouTube heard that. For they should have shot him right there, man. I don't know why he didn't do it. And yeah, I know it's just a minor swear word that I used, but I did say I wasn't going to use it on this channel. It's only on my first channel I did use a swear one, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's just a minor swear anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so he then goes like the garage, back to the garage, because the car's set on fire, and I don't know what Areski put in it, like he threw in that car, but it got set on fire. He should have done that earlier on. He's an idiot for not doing that. So Lena takes the garage, and this, and Jeff so gets a fire extinguisher and fire extinguishes it. And I liked how they put flowers in the car. That's pretty clever. You don't often see stuff like that. So I like that. I like that sort of scene right there. That's pretty nice, pretty touching. Made the movie a bit better right there. I'll give him that one. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the second one is. I have to watch the second one. If I'm not going to my partner's house on Wednesday, I'll definitely watch it, because I need to know what happens in the last two. The last one is called Last Bullet. That's probably going to be potentially for next Monday, and that's going to be nearly 2 hours long. But I've got to watch it. These are sequels, right? I've got to watch them. I'm curious what the second one will be. I don't know how they can make it any different. But yeah, and the movie just ends there basically. I did my best to explain it. I wanted to explain the important scenes and the main scenes, and if I got anything confused or muddled up, please let me know, because I do apologise. Excuse me. So when I watch a movie like this, there's a lot that goes on for a movie that looks average but actually gets slightly better, which makes me go, okay, that's good, okay, it needs something like that. So yeah, and also movies like this, I want to get to the rating now. So I'm just saying, with movies like this, it's hard to know what to give it, because the movie's not bad. It's certainly average at best, but I would give them the car scene. I would up it. I'll give them this one. I'm going to be generous on this one. Would I recommend it? I don't think I would. I don't think I'd recommend a movie it's decent, yes, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not that good. I like it a bit, but not too much. I do think it could have worked on the acting, the action scenes a bit more, but there's parts of it which I like, and the fight scenes, I'll give them that a little bit, to be fair, and the car scenes I'll give them, because I kind of find that kind of cool. The storyline as well, I kind of liked a bit. You got to give them the storyline. Find the Lost Bullet, it's pretty different. I don't think there's many movies like this. Find the Lost Bullet and find a car like that. I like that. So the detail is good on that one. So I'll give them that. And this is why in my head I was like, this is a 5. But the car scene was like, okay, I'll up it. And then the Lost Bullet. So there is scenes there that made me go, okay, I'll rate it up a notch. I'll probably increase it by 2 ratings, because I do think it's slightly better than average in terms of what I watched, but I don't think it's above decent. It's definitely nowhere near. It's definitely not a bad movie, so it's definitely not below 5. It's just difficult to know what to rate it. So this is a very, very questionable rating. I don't want to confuse anybody, because people might say, oh, you rated the movie similar to this, but you gave it a 5 or a 6. Yeah. A Land of Fire, you could say, was a bit similar in terms of action wise. I can't remember what I gave that. I think similar, maybe a 6 I probably gave it. So yeah, there's movies like this that I have given it. Trigger Warning, I would say this is slightly better than Trigger Warning, just simply because I had a bit more cool scenes into it, and also there's more of the sequels in the movie in this one, so I'll give them this one as well. So yeah, rating it, it's just questionable, because I don't know if I would agree with this one myself, but only because of the certain scenes. I'll give it, I was gonna give it a 5, but I thought maybe give it a 6, be a bit generous, but I'll put a rating. I would say it's a bit more better than average, tiny bit more. So yeah, I'll give this a questionable 7 out of 10. And like I said, I don't think I would recommend this on my TikTok or my quick movie suggestions, because there's not really much happening for people. I don't think they would enjoy it. So yeah, just being generous and honest here. So yeah, improvements, better acting, have a bit more action scenes. Yeah, that's all that's needed to make it into a good movie, I guess. So yeah, other than that, the rest of the movie was fine. Didn't have any issues with it. It's just those two things that was needed, because if you have an action movie, there needs to be action, a lot of it. It just felt there was 30 or 35% action. But overall, the movie wasn't that bad. It's decent enough. It's just I needed more, like I keep saying. So yeah, that's it for this video. 7 out of 10 is. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification below. So see you in the next video.